In Streetball, I asked you to send me some questions so that we can answer them in the next episode of ASIAY.
Leave your questions on the comments below, and I'll answer some of them on the next episode of ASIAY.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to episode number 7 of ASIAY. That means this series has been running for 7 months now. That's pretty insane. So, we didn't actually get a lot of questions this time. We've only got 4 questions, so we're going to actually add into ASIAY, and instead of questions now, I want to tell you a story, okay? At the very end, once we answer your questions, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a story. It's about Streetball AllStars, so yeah. Go ahead and, stay here if you'd like to actually hear about that story. But for now, let's go ahead and answer the first question of ASIAY. So our first question here comes from Clyde Ramos, who says, trash review without the actual video of characters. Dang, man. Anyway, alright. So our actual question here from Mavis X 98, who asks, could give tips how to defend and also not to get ankle breakers. It is so difficult as a new player. So let's go ahead and answer this. Firstly, let's talk about the one ankle breaker that you're going to have to just look out for. There are 2 that can't be stopped, but there's one that's way more deadly. So number 1, the non-deadlier one, the weaker, I shouldn't say weaker, but the easier one to actually avoid would be, of course, we're talking about crossover, okay? Crossover, you can't really bump into it, but all you really have to do to defeat it is to avoid it. Just get out of its way, and you're safe. You're not gonna get your ankles broken if you get out of the way. So yeah, that's really the only way to avoid it, or to actually beat it, is to avoid it. That's the most effective way. And once you actually avoid it, it's not really going to do that much, since, there's still going to be a cooldown to activate it again. But the second dribble that you're going to want to look out for is, of course, behind the back. Behind the back dribble, you cannot actually bump your opponent if he uses that. So what you're going to need to do there is to not be on his contesting zone. That means you need to actually step away or step behind him to avoid getting your ankles broken. So those 2 moves are the ones that you can't actually stop. You're gonna finish that move no matter what happens. So with crossover, you're just gonna go move out of the way. And with behind the back, what you're gonna want to do is just take a step back or get behind your opponent and then immediately go near him. If he does have pull up, on his skill set, immediately get near him so that they're not gonna shoot any wide open shots. As soon as his dribble animation ends, you need to get near him and then actually defend him from there. And yeah, that would be the most effective way to stop those moves. But when it comes to dribbling in general, what I want you to do is, first of all, don't move that much. Just don't move while your opponent is dribbling. If you move while your opponent is dribbling, you have a higher chance of having your ankles broken, okay? Do not move while your opponent is actually dribbling around. I know there is, that collision. There is collision in the game, but it's so risky, especially if you get it wrong. It might result in just easy points, so I don't recommend collisions that much at all, unless, your opponent is literally doing the same thing over and over again. I don't recommend doing it. Just don't move that much and just trail your opponent. Just trail the shooter while you're defending him, and you still should be able to do great defense. So yeah, that's the number one tip I can give you. Don't move around while he's dribbling, while your opponent is dribbling. Okay, let them dribble. They're not gonna break your ankles even if they are in front of you if you're not moving, unless they're using crossover or behind the back. That's really the only reason you're gonna want to move there. Unless they're using those, do not actually move that much when you're defending them, since again, you're gonna want to actually just not move so that they don't break your ankles easily. And really, that's it. That's really to it. That's all there is to it. Just try not to move while you're dribbling, and just avoid behind the back and crossover, and you should be good. So, thank you very much for that question, Mavis. Just keep on playing. Don't worry about it. You're gonna get experience. All you need to know is that don't move if your opponent is just using dribbling and other even fancy dribbles, but do move if they are using crossover, which Takumi has, and behind the back, which a lot of characters do have that. And again, all you need to do there is just step back or step behind them, and then immediately, contest them once they actually finish the dribble move. And you still should be seeing success. So again, thank you very much for that, Mavis. And let's move on to our third question. Well, I should say second actual question, which is from 29 Razans. And he asks, what's your favorite anime and who's your favorite fictional character of all time? So I don't really watch anime. It's not really, something I enjoy watching that much, but of course I have seen a few, and there are some that I legitimately enjoy. So the actual anime that I enjoyed the most watching, it's not even close. It's Hyoka. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, Hyoka, which I think translates to literally ice cream, and it's just really good. I'm not gonna say anything that happens on the show, but let's just say it's about a quiet boy being dragged into an adventure. That's like a terrible summary of it, but you can go ahead and watch it. It's the best anime out there, but enough of that. I know you're not interested in that. What's the best anime sport that I've watched? And some would say Hyoka, even if they love basketball. Or not Hyoka. Some would say Haikyuu, even if they like basketball. Even if they enjoy basketball, a lot of people love Haikyuu, but that's not for me. Of course, my favorite anime is still about basketball, and no, it's not Slam Dunk. I think that show was amazing. Their fans are a little crazy. They keep complaining that Slam Dunk is better than this anime because that anime is just unrealistic, blah blah blah. And yes, I'm talking about Kuroko no Basket. That is my favorite anime. Yeah, this is just a quick side tangent. What is up with Slam Dunk fans? Some of them, not most of them, but just some of them. They keep they keep just trashing Kuroko no Basket for no reason, for no reason at all. And they just keep saying it's so unrealistic. My guy, the main protagonist is literally invisible. You got one guy that copies literally everybody flawlessly. One guy that copies literally everybody, except he makes it his own on his own tempo. And then if the actual user sees it, he just can't do it anymore. Sure. The other guy can shoot from full court without missing. The other guy has a 100% shooting rate and can do literally everything. The other guy can do a layup while still at high school. And the other guy literally sees the future. Oh yeah, and of course you've got... sorry about that, I forgot about that Sushi. Yeah. The other guy is basically Shaq at high school. Why are you complaining about, the anime being unrealistic? Why are you complaining? I don't know, it's just so annoying to me when I see it. They keep complaining that, and then, suddenly they say, unlike Slam Dunk, which is the best, and it's really good. I do like Slam Dunk. It's an amazing anime, but why do you feel the need to just trash Kuroko Basket like, no, it's not the GOAT basketball anime. Slam Dunk is better. No, there's no need for that. Can't you just praise both the animes? And it's not like it's fully realistic too. You really think Sakuragi not being tired at all, having literally a wall of defense with his hands, you think that's all realistic? It doesn't seem realistic to me, but it's just that some Slam Dunk fans, they just seem to trash in Kuroko for no reason whatsoever. But whatever, it's fine. Sorry for that little side tangent. It's just been on my mind for some time. It's just really weird. I don't know why they feel the need to trash it, but yeah. My favorite basketball anime or sports anime is Kuroko no Basket. It's just such a fun watch, dude. From start to finish, it's all just so fun. It's such a fun anime, and if you haven't seen it yet, I do recommend that you see it. It's a really, really good watch. It is. I do have to warn you though, it's quite long, and there may be some sleepless nights from you getting addicted to just wanting to watch the second episode or the next episode after you finish that other one. It's just really, really good. So yeah, that's my favorite anime. And the second part of the question, who's your favorite fictional character of all time? It's not one, but it's a group of 5, okay? Well, you know what, let's just say 6. So, if you've seen one of my posts, it was not SBA related. I mentioned a game named Epic Battle Fantasy. It's the best game series out there in the world. It's just so good. You're gonna fall in love with the characters, and those characters are my favorite. So we have Matt, Natalie, Anna, and Lance as the 4 human characters, with the main cat or main pet of the story being No Legs, a blue legless cat, and Meow Meow, which is a side character that I just really love. I love that guy, so I can't leave him out. But yeah, that group is my favorite fictional characters of all time. I can't just choose one. I gotta choose the entire group. But yeah, that game, such a great game series. The characters are so lovable. You're gonna get very attached to them. I do recommend you check out Epic Battle Fantasy if you haven't before. It's just such a great game series. It really is. And those are my favorite characters of all time, just because of how attached I've been to those characters. Actually, I've done multiple fan arts of them. Some of the ISIAY videos I've been making, characters that I've been actually drawing on ISIAY, are actually characters from Epic Battle Fantasy. Most of them, they are from Epic Battle Fantasy. So yeah, those guys are my favorite fictional characters of all time. So thank you very much, 29 Razons, for this personal question. Probably the first actual personal question I've gotten. So yeah, thank you very much for that. And finally, let's go to our final question, which comes from iCatsen, who asks, can you create custom character with existing skills? No new skill, fun but balanced. Mine would be an SF with proactive intercept level 3 like Justin. Floater level 3 like Natalie, Powerful Disturbance like Nikolai level 4, and Rika Taunt level 3. A defensive SF with low speed. In all honesty, I still think that character that you're talking about would be busted. You just have to give him speed. I don't know. Nikolai level 4, Disturbance, and Rika's Taunt. And on top of that, he also has Proactive Intercept. That sounds way too busted of a character for me. I don't know, that just seems way too overpowered for me. But I actually do have a similar thought. Because one character that I've always wanted is also a small forward. And it's also a pure defensive small forward for me. So my character would be a small forward with decent speed. But all his skills are just defense oriented, not a single offensive skill. With the main skill being, I know you said, no new skill, but this is a skill that I just really, really want for a character, which is Quick Block. Not the skill that, Rika and Emily have, which is Fingertip Block. That's not it. Mine would be Quick Block, and basically it's a 100% activation skill as well, where even if you jump without the enemy faking, or just jump to try and block, even if the enemy isn't shooting, you're still going to land way faster than other characters if you block. And that's really all I want. That is the only skill I want. I want someone who can keep blocking and jumping without repercussion. And that's it. No offensive skill, no other actual, other skills in mind. All I need is a character with this exact skill, Quick Block. It's basically like Quick Rebound except a block, except also it actually activates 100% of the time. To me, it just makes so much sense, it's such a good character defensively, like really good defensively, just jumping without repercussion. That sounds pretty awesome, but on the downside, his offense is limited, His offense is limited, so it's not going to be the best character either. And it's not going to be overpowered like Rika is, So yeah, that's actually the character that I want. It's just a character with a skill, which is, Quick Block. Literally just someone who can keep jumping and recover just as quickly when landing. That's it. Everything else, just more defense oriented, but no game breaking offensive power as well on the offense or even other defensive skills. Just Quick Block, that's it. I want it added to a small forward, and I think that would be really cool. That would be balanced, and that would be pretty fun to use as well for guys who like defense like me. So yeah, thank you very much for that question as well, iCatSat. So yeah, that's all the questions that we have for this ISIAY, everybody. And like I promised, since we didn't have too many questions today, I'm gonna tell you guys a story about Streetball AllStars. And this story is going to be the time I almost quit. Yes, that's right. I legitimately almost quit Streetball AllStars when I was still playing it for the first time. I almost quit. But I was saved by two guys from quitting, just two guys. So when I downloaded SBA, I just wanted to, play a finally decent mobile basketball game. I was really on the hunt for it, and this game, this was it, right? This was it. It was decent, it was fun, it was legitimately fun. The problem though is, even though it was so fun, I was still locked behind the starting characters, Big Mike and Havelock. So I haven't really explored that much. So I'm still haven't had the full potential to really have fun, have actual fun. because I've only really been using Big Mike. And all the teammates that I was getting, they all just would not pass to me. They just did not want to pass to me, and they were shooting bad shots while I was actually in a terrible position. They just would not pass to me at all, and it was so frustrating that I legitimately almost quit. I almost quit because, my efforts were just being wasted. They just wouldn't pass to me properly. And even when they did shoot, I was in a horrible position, so I couldn't really even play properly there as well. I couldn't rebound. So, I legitimately almost quit. But before I did, I said, you know what? Let me try to play one more game. And that's when this Chad Swadicap and this other Thai person, I'm not sure what his name translates to, but it's this other Thai person that joined with me, and they were both using Havoc. I remember this. They were both using Havoc while I was using Big Mike. And they just kept passing to each other and passing to me. We were actually playing team. We were playing a team sport. We were actually doing great because we were passing to each other. And that alone, it just really made me happy. It really, really made me happy to the point that I actually stayed playing because of that. I legitimately stayed playing because, these guys are actually passing to me. I can play properly. Wow. And so I just stayed and kept playing. And then I met Joker. If you've seen one of my videos, I've been talking about this guy. His name is Joker. It's one of my gameplay videos. It's called OG Marcus and Rocket Duo Goes Back for a Game or something like that. So that's Joker. I met him and we just clicked with each other. He was using Marcus, I was using Rocket. And yeah, we just really did well in mid game, We didn't dominate. In fact, I think that game I still had 56% win rate on that season with Joker. But I had so much fun that I just stayed. And for a season, I played literally 1,250 games, I believe. I played that much just because I was actually enjoying the game. So yeah, I almost quit because everybody just would not pass properly and would not play team ball. It was just so frustrating. I legitimately almost quit. But Swadicap and this Thai guy, they saved the game for me. And I legitimately enjoyed playing with them. That's why I stayed. So without those guys, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. I probably wouldn't be playing SBA. So yeah, that's the time where I almost quit. But these two amazing guys just saved the game for me, and so I kept playing, and eventually I dominated in it. So yeah, that's the story of how I almost quit SBA, but I didn't, thanks to these two Chads. So yeah, hopefully guys, you enjoyed that little story time. I'm gonna keep doing this from now on if there aren't too many questions left or actually given. Let me know what you think. If that would be a fun idea for you guys. I'm just going to keep doing this if we don't get enough questions at some videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that this video has been entertaining. I didn't really give out that many tips this time, but I do hope that it's been entertaining watching me draw while, I say a story about me almost quitting. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all on the next one.